it's Anna, and today let's go to an author event together. I do want to preface this by saying I feel like author events are definitely something that you have to look for. Being able to go to an author event is definitely based on where you live. I'm lucky enough to live an hour and a half away from Anderson's Bookshop, which I feel like a lot of folks go to. So I wanted you to come along with me. Maybe you'll be inspired to find an author event near you. When I think of when authors do events, I feel like most of them do them the first week of their book sales. So if you're really interested in meeting an author, I would definitely keep up with their website, look at their events page, because they probably go to some stuff that also isn't their own book signings or events. And they probably go to stuff outside of publication week, but I feel like publication week for authors is a really big deal. So today I'm going to go to Anderson's Bookshop to meet Rebecca Ross, who wrote Divine Rivals. I have actually already read Divine Rivals. I was an ARC reader for the audiobook. I gave it a 5 out of 5 stars. So when I saw that she was going to be in Naperville by the Anderson Bookshop, I was like, I have to go. And I had a book buying credit where I was able to use it to buy the book. So I'm still not like overspending on books or anything. And I think this will be a really fun occasion. I have learned though that typically when you go to Anderson's book events, you do get a book when you go there. For me, I didn't know that when I went to like Lark's book signing, and I'll put a little picture over here. And I had already read Lark before as well, but I had purchased the book and then I got a second one. So this time I haven't purchased the book. I'm really excited to have the physical book in my hand because I listened to the audiobook. The narrators in the audiobook was great. Divine Rivals is part of a duology, so the book, it ends off on a cliffhanger, and I want the second one like next month. You know, give it a little bit of time, but I definitely want the second book. So I'm really excited to meet Rebecca Ross and hear her talk about her book. So let's go get ready. Okay, so for this event, the doors open an hour early. I want to get there like half an hour, maybe 20 minutes before the doors open so I can get a really good spot. I believe it's supposed to be 50 degrees outside, so I feel like I have to find a good outfit for standing in the line when it's cold, because if I bring a jacket, I'm just gonna wear the jacket the whole time. So I want to find something that's kind of fun, maybe a little on theme. This is the cover for Divine Rival right here. So I think it would be fun to have like some blues, definitely the blacks, maybe some other colors. I don't know. I just think it'd be kind of fun to like dress up on theme. Okay, so this is what I'm thinking, because I re-looked at the cover. Don't know what I was talking about. I had a completely different image of like the exact colors in my head. So I feel like this goes well with the stems. We have the little blue. Then we just have some black leggings, and I'll probably have little black booties that I'll put on as well. And this I think will be fine in the 50 degrees. I am gonna step outside and see, because this is just a short sleeve, but I think we should be fine. Okay, so I fixed my hair. I went outside. I think my outfit should be fine, especially because it's gonna be so sunny today. It's so beautiful outside. I have to do a little bit of work, but I wanted to talk about the audiobook that I'm going to be listening to in the car before we head off, which is called French Holiday by Sarah Reddy. This is an ARC. It comes out, I think, at the end of the month, so maybe right around the time this video is being posted. But I'm really enjoying it so far, because on my last like travel vlog that I made, I was listening to The No Show, and it was marketed as a romantic comedy. It was still like an okay book for me. Like The No Show I thought was too slow paced. I didn't really get too invested in it, but it was not a romantic comedy. Like I didn't think it was that funny. If there was like a romantic comedy storyline, I think it only maybe applied to like one of the girls. Did not think it was a rom-com at all. But French Holiday by Sarah Reddy, that definitely gives me rom-com vibes. Like there are quirky scenarios that you're like, oh, of course this happened right before like the couple's supposed to kiss and whatnot. Like this is giving very much rom-com vibes. I can see how people wouldn't like it though, because of the main character acting the way she acts. I'm sure they could think that it's a little bit cringy or whatever, but the main character is supposed to be 24. Kind of fits, I guess, but I'm still really enjoying that book. So I will continue to listen to that as I drive. I just looked at Google Maps. It now says it's an hour and 43 minutes. Great. So I'm just gonna keep my eye on that to see when I'm supposed to leave. Okay, we are done with work. I wanted to try to fix my hair situation, and I was thinking about the signing, and I feel like one of the things that I really love about going to these bookish events is finding people in person to talk about with books, because we definitely live in the country. And I love having like social media to talk about books with everyone. I feel like I've really just like reignited my love of reading by being able to talk to other people about it. And I just don't have that many like bookish friends nearby. So I feel like this is just a really good time. And last time I went to a book signing event, I did talk to a few people and they were really nice, and I didn't get any of their contact information or whatnot, or like follow them on social media or anything. And I don't know if that's weird to do, but also like we all must love books if we paid to come to a book event together. So I feel like I do want to try to make one new bookish friend tonight, especially if they have already read Divine Rivals or they really like Rebecca Ross's writing, because I feel like I would love to talk to someone specifically about Divine Rivals. So I'm hoping there's another ARC reader in the crowd, and maybe hopefully we'll sit next to each other and be able to talk. I don't know, but we have to get on the road. Okay, it is very sunny out and we had to stop for gas because I had 37 miles left and I need to drive a lot more than 37 miles. I am really looking forward to talking to the author. I don't know if I'm going to ask a question though. I feel like I get really nervous, and some of my questions I feel like, again, like when's book 2 coming out? I feel like it's too soon. Just like right after a couple gets engaged and you're like, when are you guys getting married? Let's celebrate this moment. I think what I would want to ask is like, who was her favorite character to write? Because I feel like there are a lot of good characters in Divine Rivals outside of the main 2 characters. So I'm curious to see like who she really liked writing in the first book, and then maybe she'll talk a little bit about if they appear in book 2. Because again, I don't want to be like, oh, what's your inspiration? Because I feel like she's probably already answered that. So maybe that's a more specific question. I don't know. What question would you ask an author of like a book that you love that you would really want to know? Okay, we just got to Naperville in our parking spot. I usually park at the public library that's close to the Bookshop because they have 3-hour free parking, and I'm not gonna pass that up. So let's go to the event. So I'm back in the car. I went to Anderson's Bookshop. On the sign it said that they close at 6. So I went up to the cash register girl and I said, hi, I know I'm very early. I was like, I had quite a long drive and traffic was kind of hit or miss in places. Like, can you tell me where I should go if I'm here for the event? And she's like, did your email say that doors opened an hour early? And I said, yeah, that's what they said. She said, yeah, we don't start the event until like 6:30 is when you can get in. And I was like, oh, okay, like that's fine, no big deal. So I'm just gonna chill in my car. I wish I had brought my physical book with me to read, because right now I'm reading The Wicked King and I'm really enjoying the series. I really liked Cruel Prince. I'm enjoying Wicked King, so I want to continue that. But what I am happy for is that I get to now keep reading my ebook arc, because I'm trying to get better about ebooks, which is Girls Like Girls by Haley Kiyoko. I'm super excited. I don't have my glasses, so I might have to be careful because sometimes it can hurt my eyes to read on like my little phone screen, but I'm gonna read it. I think I'm only like 20 some pages in because I read it in a salon while my friend was getting her hair done, and I enjoyed the first 20 pages, so I'm excited to keep reading. And then I'm gonna set an alarm for like 6:23, something like that, because the walk is not very far from where I parked. So let's read a little and then we'll head back. We just finished the signing. So I have the physical book in my hands. I'm so excited. She was super sweet. I did ask a question, and Rena was also there, who's a local author. So that was really cool to like hear about both their writing processes and whatnot. We also got art along with all of our books being signed. I thought this was so cute. I talked to her in line about the audiobook because I really loved it. And she was the one that like chose the narrators and everything, and I thought that was just so cool. So I just thought that was really, I don't know, I love hearing authors talk and their thought processes and everything like that. I feel like Rebecca has a really, I don't know, maybe a strong following in this area. So when I went to Anderson's for Light Lark, there was like 100 people there. This time there were like 30, but half the people brought like all of Rebecca's books. So I definitely want to read more of Rebecca's books. Here's my little signed copy, which it was just so sweet, and it's so nice just to get out. I didn't really talk to anybody, which was one of my goals, but that's okay. Maybe the next time there's a signing, I will. Like, I heard other people talking about their social media and bookstagrams and things like that, and maybe I could have jumped in, but I don't know. I'm a little awkward in person, but I really want to try to be more outgoing. With Anderson's, you can bring like other books by the author and they let you get it signed. I can think of a few authors where I would bring all their books and be like, please sign all of these. And so I think that's just really cool that people get to experience that. So at least for me, now I have an hour and a half drive back. So Anderson's is a trip for me, but I'm even grateful just to be within driving distance of a bookstore because I feel like a lot of people aren't. And I definitely want to do more of these in the future. The lighting's not the best, so I will show you the book and the art in better lighting. Might not be today. You might see me in a different outfit, but yeah, overall I thought it was really good. The conversation between the two authors was really good. I feel like I took a lot from their conversation just as a reader because I feel like this year I've been trying to read across genres a little bit more, and they said that that's something to do before writing, and I don't know, I really like coming to these events. I feel like it's a nice refresh, and I'm definitely going to keep looking at Anderson's and maybe other bookstores, I don't know, in major cities near me, but there are some authors that I would definitely travel like a longer distance to see as well. So I feel like this was all good. Let me wrap it up in the next clip. Okay, so it's been a couple of days since the signing for Divine Rivals, so let me show you what everything kind of looks like in the light and not in the light of a street light in a parking lot. I really love the artwork. I didn't know we were getting this. I thought this was so cute. Not exactly how I pictured them in my head, but that's okay because now I have a better frame of reference. We're gonna take off the dust jacket because I think underneath it says Dear Iris with the typewriter, very on theme for the book. I love the detail. It was interesting because Rebecca told us that because of the paper shortage and with printing, her YA book is printed almost as an adult book where it's taller and whatnot, so it'll be interesting to see how it is on my shelf. And then we have our cute signature, which I was really happy about. So my last clip was kind of chaotic, especially after coming right out of the signing. So I'll take you through the whole process just a little bit slower. So when I got there, I sat in the front row. I was the only person sitting in the front row for a while. I didn't have anybody come with me. It was just by myself. But eventually the crowd filled in. There were people next to me. This is what their table looked like for Renee and Rebecca. So that's where they walked in. I didn't want to, like put my phone in the face and take pictures or record anything during the talk. I just really wanted to, live in the moment for that part. And then I was able to meet Rebecca, and Renee was so sweet too because she was taking pictures for everyone who was there by themselves. So Renee took these pictures of me and Rebecca, which I thought was so sweet. And she even she did some vertical shots and she did some horizontal shots, which I thought was so cute. But they had a really good conversation between the two of them just about writing styles and everything like that. So if you're definitely looking for writing inspiration, going to author events I feel like is really useful. And then obviously as a reader, you get to meet your favorite authors. So I'm definitely keeping my eye on the Anderson book events. I do have some authors that I would travel very far to see. I did check their event pages after going to the Rebecca Ross event, and I didn't see anybody with an event anytime soon, but I'm definitely going to keep my eye out for that. But yeah, if you're thinking of going to an author event, even if you're going by yourself, I would recommend you go. Everyone there is really nice. Somebody even left their bags and their friend was like, can we just leave our bags here? And the other person was like, we're book people. We're not just going to steal something. So I think it's just such a great community to come together to. So again, if you see an author event in your area and you're like, oh, I kind of want to go, but I'm nervous to go by myself, I would still recommend that you go. And hopefully I'll be able to take you on another author event this year.